What is up, everyone? It's Ricky572 returning a chance. Today's November 10th, 2023. We're gonna hop on and do a quick market watch. So we did just open up a Rarity collection case a couple days ago. If you guys want to go check out the video to see our pulls, I'll put the link in the description down below. But yeah, it was a little fun case to open. Wasn't really worth it in my opinion, but it was fun. If you're a player trying to get into the game, this is a set you probably want to pick up. But if you're an investor, I will hold off on buying like boxes or anything and just pick up singles from the set. Just pick up what you need. I'm holding off on buying singles at the moment from the set. I'm letting more cards get listed and prices to settle down a bit. We'll see in a couple of weeks how the set does as the set gets open more. But yeah, first off on today's market watch is going to be XL Synchro Stardust Dragon. So we have XL Synchro Stardust Dragon. This card was hitting a high price point a couple months back, like at the $40-$50 price point. This was when super heavy samurais were dominating the meta. I think they only did it for like a month and then they got hit. But right now we have 90 listings on the market and this card is at $26.50. $27.99, $27.99, and going up to like $28, $29. So I wanted to take a look at this card. We have Centurions coming out in a couple weeks, and they are synchro based. I'm not really sure if they run this, but if they do run this, I can see this card going up in price. If they don't run this, then this card is going to probably stay at the same price point. But let me know down below how you guys feel about XL Synchro Stardust Dragon. Do you think Centurion is going to be running it, or is this one of those cards they're not going to run in their builds? We have next is Despian Lulu WTH. So this one takes a one level 4 tuner and then plus non-tuner monster. This is a level 12 synchro monster. And it says once per turn, if a card leaves the extra deck, except during the Dempsey, you can make all monsters you currently control gain 500 attack permanently. Then you can negate the effects of one face-up card on the field until the end of this turn. During the end phase, if this card is in graveyard because it's sent there, this turn you can special summon one light spellcaster monster from your hand deck whose attack equals its own defense. You can only use the effect of Despian Lulu WTH once per turn. So this card has been going up in price a little bit. It was sitting around like $11-ish back in August, and right now we have it at $14.98, $14.99, $14.99, $15 shipping, $15, $15.25. So yeah, it's heading up to the $15 price point. I'm not really sure why it's going up. I'm thinking maybe Centurions might be using this, but it is one of those cards that's being used in branded. It's a one of, and some of them don't even really run this. But I'm thinking maybe Centurions is one of the decks that might be teching this card. Let me know down below if you guys know anything about Lulu WTH and why it's going up in price. It's at 68 listings right now. Next card we have on our list is Sleep Layer Runic Main. So this is I think also one of in the Runic strategy. Runics haven't been really topping past events that I've seen, so they're kind of like, I guess, in the shadows at the moment. But this card has been going up the past couple months. It was sitting around like the $3 price point. Now we have it at 60 listings. Let's see, first listing starts at $5.99, then we hit $7.30, $7.74, $6.99, $7. It's been holding, and I think that's because it's one of those Runic cards that doesn't have a reprint until like probably next year. So people are going to be picking, and it's only a one of, so it's been holding onto that like $7 price point. It was at $3, but now it's holding onto the $7 price point. And maybe it could go up even higher. It's a good interruption. But like I said, it's only a one of, and I don't really see too many Runic decks going into this unless they really need to. Let me know down below how you guys feel about Sleep Layer Runic Main. Do you guys see it going up in price anytime soon, or is it going to stay around that $7 price point? We have Vision Resonator. This is ultra rare from the structured deck. It's actually worth $3 right now. Let's see, it was around like $1, but we have it going up to the $3 price point with only 14 listings on the market. We have $2.95, $2.96, $2.97, $2.99, $3.44, $2.50 and $2.50, $2.95 and $3.99. So like between $3 and $4 for this ultra rare for the structured deck. If I were you guys, I would pick up structured decks if you are planning to get some Vision Resonators, because you're probably gonna need the Gaia spell card anyway to add this to the hand. I've been hearing that some decks have been using Vision Resonator and Horus builds, because with Horus and Vision Resonator you could easily go into like a Baron, and this card is just a free special summon because of the Horuses are dark, I think, or M-City, I think one of them is dark. If a level 5 or higher dark monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand, so that's an easy Baron right there. It's a level 2 tuner. But yeah, if I were you guys, I would pick up the structure decks if you are planning to pick up Vision Resonator, because the structure deck is only like $10. Some places might even have it cheaper. This is a $3 card for like $6-7 more dollars, you could pick up like the whole structure deck. But that's just my opinion. Let me know how you guys feel about Vision Resonator. We have Supreme King Gate Magician going up in price a little bit. So this one's at 22 listings, so it's also low on listings. This is a super rare from Age of Overlord, and I've been hearing some people say that this is a good card to pick up. So it says, Pendulum Effect, Supreme King Z Arc you control cannot be banished by your opponent's card effect. During your main phase, you can destroy this card. If you do, place one Supreme King Gate Pendulum monster from your hand or deck in your Pendulum zone, except Supreme King Gate Magician. You can only use this effect. This effect is Supreme King Gate Magician once per turn. So I guess it lets you place a Pendulum scale. That's pretty good. Monster effect: if you have a Supreme King Gate card in your Pendulum zone, except Supreme King Gate Magician, you can send one Pendulum Dragon, Exceed Dragon, Synchro Dragon, or Fusion Dragon monster from your hand or extra deck to the graveyard. If you do, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summon, you can add one card that mentions Z-Arc from your deck to your hand, except a spellcaster monster. You can only use the effect of Supreme King Gate Magician once per turn. Okay, so it lets you add 2, so that's not too bad. It's a level 7, Pendulum Scale 1, so a low Pendulum Scale. I'm not really too familiar with Pendulum decks, but I could see why it's being played, because it has some pretty good effects. 22 listings on the market, like I said, and we have listings at $122, $128, $177, $1.49, $1.94, and slowly heading up to like the $2 price point. I guess that's $1.99 with shipping, but yeah, it's like a $1 or $2 card. If you have some of these in bulk, I would dig them out and maybe try to sell them off for like $1 while they're hyped up at the moment. We'll see though how it keeps up in a couple of weeks. We'll see if it goes up even higher or if it starts to decrease in price. Bish Shark is the next card I wanted to mention on Market Watch. So this card came out in the legendary Duelist Duels from the Deep set, which was a pretty crappy set. I think the only good thing from the set was a droplet. This card was sitting around like $3-ish at its lowest price point, maybe like $2-ish, $2.50 back in August. Right now we have it heading up, 59 listings on the market, and we have listings at $437, $596, $597, $597, $599, and $646. It has a pretty good effect. I think in like a water deck, it could be a staple. It says if this card is used for the exceed sum of a number monster, it could be treated as a level 3 or 4 monster. If all monsters you control are water, minimum 1, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, add a 1 level 3, 4, or 5 fish monster from your deck to your hand, except the Bish Shark. For the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters except water monsters. Also double the first damage inflicted to your opponent this turn by a number of monsters battling another monster. You can only use this effect of Bish Shark once per turn. So it's a really good extender for like a water strategy. You are locked into the water, so just be aware of that. But I think it's a pretty good extender, something to look at. These were, I think, on release selling for like $10 to $12. So I think picking them up around like the $6 price point is still a good investment. Let me know how you guys feel though about Bish Shark. Do you think it's worth picking up, or should we stay away from this? We have Battling Boxer King Dempsey going up in price. So I think I mentioned this on my Market Watch a couple of weeks back, saying it was a good pickup just because it has a generic effect to add. So it's 2 level 4 monster. If this card is special summon, you could take 1 level 4 or lower fire monster from level 4 or a lower fire monster, or 1 battling box and spell or trap from your deck, and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Quick effect: you could detach 1 material from a monster you could show, and if you do, apply the following effects. So this one we're not too really concerned about. We're mostly just concerned about the adding, but it does have another effect if you decide to use it in like a battling boxer strategy. Your opponent cannot target battling boxer monster you control with card effect for the rest of the turn. Does this protect itself? Quick effect: you can attach momentarily from a monster you control, and if you do, apply the following effect. Your opponent cannot target battling boxer monster you control with card effects for. Okay, so I guess you could avoid imperm with it too. That's not too bad. But yeah, it was sitting around like the $3 price point, and right now we have it heading up. 21 listings on the market. We have it at, that's basically $8 shipping, $7.99, $8, $8, $9 shipping. $9 shipping right there, and then right here heading up to like the $9.45 price point. It has been seen play in Infernovas as a one of tech because they are fire monsters and they could make this. I actually picked it up because I wanted to play it in Vanquish. So I wanted to try the super heavy samurai build where you could actually go into this before committing to a normal summon and adding Raisin. So that's the reason I picked it up. But it looks like Infernovas have took it in and have been using it as a tech. We also have Fire Kings coming out pretty soon at the end of the month. So maybe that's another deck that might be able to use this. And maybe that's why it's going up in price too. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about battling Boxer King Dempsey. Do you think it's worth the $8-9 price point, or is it gonna go back down in price? We have Triple Tactics Thrust going down in price. So this card I've noticed had been seeing a little bit less play in the main deck and more in the side now. It was hitting a high price point of like $105. When was it? November, December, in October, like at the beginning of October. Now we have it at 72 listing. It looks like it's coming back down to the $80 price point. $79, 80, 50, and $80. Second page, let's see what we have on the second page. On the second page, we have prices at $80, $81.99, $81.99, $83.65, $83.69, and $84.99. So it looks like it's under the $85 price point now. It's one of those cards that keeps going up and down. We had this like at a low of like 60, then go up to 70, then come back to 65, hitting 80s, going back to 70. It just keeps going up and down. It's just such a roller coaster ride for this card. Let me know how you guys feel about Thrust at the moment, though. Do you think it's ever going to come back to the $100 price point again, or are we coming back down to like the $80 price point? RES, the Labyrinth Butler, I noticed was kind of going up a little bit in price. These were kind of bottoming out at like the $10 price point. Yeah, they were kind of at the $10 price point, and right now we have them kind of recovering. We have them at 1265, 1166, 1290, 1294, 1294, 1295, and 1295. So they're kind of staying around like the $13 price point now, which is pretty interesting. I'm not really sure how many to play this. Some players say you play 3 butlers, some say that you play only 1, but it hasn't been determined like what's the good ratio, because I've seen like different builds top with different ratios. So we'll see how Labyrinth does this upcoming format once we get the Centurions and the Mementos and stuff from Valiant Smashers in a couple weeks. Let me know down below how many Arias the Labyrinth Butler you guys play. If you're a Labyrinth player, do you guys play one of this, or you guys play 3 of these? Curry Divine Incarnate has been going down in price because it got a ultimate rare reprint in the new OTS set. So this card was at a high price point of like $50, $60 back in August, September. Now we have it at 96 listings. We have it at $28.99, $28.99, $28.50, $29.85, $29.90, and $29.90. So under the $30 price point now. If I were you guys, though, I would hold off on buying this, and this card is probably going to go down even further. I've seen it kind of fade away from like top builds at the moment, because I think it was being mostly used in cashier format, because they would trigger their effects like Shangri-La during the standby phase, then Rice Hard when you activate a card. So it was really easy to trigger those effects. Right now it's kind of seeing less play, because I mean boards put up negates now. We have tier elements, which would trigger if you tribute their Kit Kalos or whatever they end on. But yeah, it's just harder to have this card like be impactful in today's meta. Let me know how you guys feel though about Curry Card Divine Incarnate. Do you think it's still a good choice to play right now in the current format, or you think we should hold off on playing it and this card will probably go down in price? We have Crimson Dragon from Duelist Nexus going up in price. It's a secret rare, and I did say this card was gonna probably recover in price a couple of months back. It was around like the $10 price point. So if you guys pick some up around the $10 price point, good for you. We have this card right now at 54 listings, and this card is at, let's see, heavily played, 1478, 1479, 1499, 1499, and $15. So it's starting to reach the $15 price point. I think Centurions might be one of those decks that might be taking this card, which is why it's going up in price. People are probably picking this card up to get ready for that. Let me know down below if you guys do play Centurions and if you guys do use this card and how many copies of it do you guys use. I'm not really too familiar with the deck, so I need to do more research on that. But I'm pretty sure that's why it's going up and people are preparing. I could see this card probably going up in price to like the $20 price point if Centurions do end up using Crimson Dragon. But let me know how you guys feel about it down in the comments below. Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts, I think has reached a new low price point. So we had this card at a high price point of like $26-ish back in August. And right now we have it hitting a new low, 130 listings on the market. We have it at $12.45, $12.49, $12.49, and $12.50. So it has gone back down in price. I've seen a couple like Chimera branded builds top every now and then, but it's one of those decks that just I think is rogue at the moment now, or tier 2, I want to say. But I think it's still a good card to pick up because I feel like it has so much potential. It does so much for like a little engine. I feel like more decks are going to adapt the engine into their builds later on, but we'll see what happens then. Let me know down below how you guys feel about Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts. Is it worth picking up at the $12, $13 price point, or should we hold off on it because it's going to probably go down in price? I think it's going to go up, but let me know how you guys feel about it. Last card on today's Market Watch is going to be Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder. So I'm mentioning this card because it does have a reprint coming out in January. If you guys aren't using it, I would suggest selling it off because that reprint's going to probably make this card go down. The reprint is coming out in a 2-player structured deck. I'm not really sure if it's a common or a super rare that's going to be in it, or ultra rare. But it is a reprint, so this card is going to go down in price. If you guys are holding on to this and aren't playing it, sell it. If you are playing it, I don't know what to say. I'm not playing it at the moment, so I already sold mine off. But yeah, that's just my suggestion. Let me know how you guys feel though about Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder. That's gonna be it for today's Market Watch though. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and X at Return to Chan. This is Ricky572, and we'll see you guys next time.